Good evening and welcome to day 8 of the regional qualifiers for the Americas Zone for the International World Cup. The Americas World Cup Qualifiers 2018 on court. Trinidad and Tobago with their starting lineup of Samantha Wallace, goal shooter, Khalifa McCollin, goal attack, Rhonda John Davis, their captain, is at wing attack. Their center is Candice Guerrero. The wing defense, Onella Jack Hill. Goal defense, Kemba Duncan, and goalkeeper Shaquanda Green. Their opponents today, Argentina, with Daniela Venezia at goal shooter, Maria Setoni at goal attack. The wing attack is Maria Richard. The center, Paula Modula. The wing defense, their captain, Janina Mercancini. The goal defense, Maria Piravani, and goalkeeper Renata Palacios. And I have the company of Annette Beckett for the center pass, Trinidad and Tobago. And as we await Annette's first comment, just a little background information. The Trinidad and Tobago, one of the few teams with a top 10 ranking in the Americas in the competition. And of course, they were the 1979, I believe it is, champions when the tournament was hosted by Trinidad and Tobago. Today is their Independence Day, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. 31st of August. Happy Independence to all Trinidadians and Tobagonians. Up against Argentina, getting their first taste of America's netball and hoping for some rankings points.
Good evening to everyone. Good morning, wherever you may be. This is Annette Beckett, and yes, we're on the first match of the 7th day, is it? 8th day of the America's Qualifier, and the competition previous to today has been quite keen, quite interesting. The spectators have been involved in what is going on, and Trinidad and Tobago and Argentina are now on court. Just some background information too on Argentina. Argentina is a new country in netball. They've only been in netball for the last 15 years. They're still trying to get the ratings in place so that they can get a ranking. So it's lots of netball that they plan to play in order to do that.
And their conversion from a similar game called Sesteball helps them with the court awareness and stuff, but the technicalities.
They wanted us to make that quite clear. It has nothing to do with Sesteball. The netball is a separate sport in Argentina. The persons involved in Sesteball, as they said, do not even know how to spell netball in English. It's something separate, and the manager was just explaining to me that the Argentinians have been intrigued by how we've been comparing it to Sesteball. And I'm saying, Sesteball? Why would we be comparing it to Sesteball? It is chalk and cheese, and the Argentinians would like us to know that netball is a separate sport in Argentina. They're trying to grow it. As a matter of fact, the person who started netball in Argentina used to coach Sesteball, but she's no longer involved with that. It is netball. They're trying to get netball as a community sport at first, and then they will attempt to get it into Argentina. What is clear and what is very pleasing about what's happening here with Argentina is that each game they have played, we have seen something that they have learned in the championship. So it's all about learning for them. They want to do well. They are intense in what they're doing, and they're having a good time, and as they say, they like the food.
Speaking of having a good time, they were off yesterday. They weren't on court, and while they were watching, they certainly enjoyed themselves and brought the crowd to life, and they play with the same degree of enjoyment despite not being as skilled as some of their other opponents in the tournament.
Well, in terms of today's games, Trinidad and Tobago, I believe the tactics and strategy would be to score again as many goals as they can.
Joint second in the table and Barbados played Argentina in the opening encounter. And the goal difference and the amount of goals that you have in your bank will be vital to determine the number 1 or the number 2 position thus far in the tournament. Barbados also playing later this evening. This is crucial. Trinidad and Tobago will want to verify and confirm their current number 10 ranking. But they will meet Barbados in the final match of this tournament, which may well be the decider of who is number 1 or number 2 in the tournament.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm sure, strategy-wise, they will have considered and decided exactly what their strategy would be, if they would be working on improving any particular area of their game that they would want their A game on that night when they're playing Barbados. So we shall see if there's any particular strategy that we're noticing that they can continue to exhibit here in this game between Trinidad and Tobago and Argentina. Well, I'm a little surprised at the pace. Although Trinidad is 13 goals, it doesn't look as if they were running madly about the court to score those 13 goals. So they are paced in terms of feeding to their shooting circle.
Attempted tip pass there, read by the Argentine defense. So the ball was knocked away. Goal shooter Samantha Wallace for Trinidad and Tobago, not having it all her way, as Argentina in their attempt to get another goal, not handling the ball to the best of their ability.
Trinidad has that calmness about them. They're doing whatever it is they're supposed to do without any extra panache or anything like that. They're just doing what it is they're supposed to do. And that's the sign of a team well prepared.
2 passes and into the shooting circle, and then cardinal sin by Argentina, losing possession on your center pass, limiting your ability to convert on possession.
Samantha Wallace, the goal shooter for Trinidad and Tobago, has demonstrated the effects of playing in that professional league, because there's some things that she's doing as a matter of fact, as a matter of course, that the netballers here have to practice to get done, while it's a cup of tea and a cake for Samantha Wallace.
And the goal attack, McCullin feeding Wallace as often as possible, making sure that height advantage and scoring accuracy is exploited. A rare turnover by Trinidad and Tobago and Argentina.
20 goals in just under 10 minutes.
Nice build up. And so Tony gets the roll.
As we were saying, that ball parlance, she begged that one in. She prayed that
Prayed,
one in.
prayed for it to go in.
That ball is moved up court in a jiffy with definitive passes by Trinidad and Tobago.
Faster hands, quicker reaction to intercept the pass, to get the counter attack, and then scoring off the subsequent center pass. Argentina playing at their own tempo, methodically attempting to get the ball worked around.
Nice, well done. That is what you will call shift and move there. That Samantha Wallace just did. Take the defense away from the pole, pretend as if you were going to get the ball there, and then move back right on the pole.
And the fake pass helped as well. Another miscommunication there. It's almost as though that was written up on the playboard and it wasn't executed. But Argentina in possession now. Going about their learning curve in their own way. And this is one of the weaknesses of the team, the indecision in the passing. And they usually end up running out of options and losing possession on too long to pass. Gamble and miss there by the wing defense, and now it's with McCollin. Having been told the precise spot for the entry pass. Bit of a give and go there between the center and the goal attack. And McCollin sinks the mid-range shot.
Just under 2 minutes left. Trinidad is scoring at better than a goal a minute, which is what they would have been part of their strategy in this first quarter. And Argentina is recognizing that they just have to keep possession of that ball in terms of working it down to their goal, to their shooting area.
Unlucky for Sitoni there, not getting the luck of the roll. Well, that one was a combination of the fake pass, the fake shot, and the pass eventually going to McCollin, who scores.
A caution there being handed out to the goalkeeper of Argentina, the wing defense is there. Oh, in order to help with the
Translation, yes. That's the captain. Oh.
At the end of the first quarter, Trinidad and Tobago 30, Argentina 3.
That is the end of the first quarter. Trinidad and Tobago 30, Argentina 3. See you in 4 minutes.
We want to just remind you of our sponsors, Soko Hotel.
We are back here at the Wilde Gymnasium, where it's time for the second quarter. The game between Argentina and Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, at the end of the first quarter, it was 30 goals to 3. Umpires taking up their position, and it's Trinidad and Tobago's first send to pass. Trinidad and Tobago has made some changes to their shooting circle. A new goal shooter, Wallace is off, And we have a new goal shooter on.
Argentina also has changed their goalkeeper, putting in the taller option. They've also swapped out their wing attack and their wing defense. And for sure, they've changed their shooter. Confirmation of those changes. Magali Alonso is at wing attack. Nicole Buya Iriart is at goal shooter. Tamara Montero is the goalkeeper. Renata Palacios is still goal defense. The wing defense is now Maria Pirovani. Maria Richard is still center. And Maria Satoni is still the goal attack. Jaleesa Cooper for Trinidad and Tobago is on at goal shooter. Shernice Simongal is now on at center for Trinidad and Tobago. And that's about the only change I've noticed. Just making sure that I think there might have been a shuffle around in the wing attack and wing defense. The captain is still at wing attack. And okay, yes, so those are still the same. In terms of the shooting for Trinidad and Tobago, Samantha Wallace was a perfect 19 of 19, and Khalifa McCauley 11 of 12. For Argentina, Venezia only had one attempt and that missed. And Setoni had 3 from her 6 attempts.
Argentina has started out still looking very enthusiastic. I'm here, I'm going to play. No matter what the score is, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And we'll go from there. Very good attitude the Argentine team is showing on court.
And tactically making the switches to account for the difference in Trinidad's shooting. And swapping of the wing attack and the wing defense, also helping them manage the ball in midcourt.
Umpire there very exact as to where he wants the penalty taken. That lower rolling pass, I've seen several of the teams using that lower rolling pass into the goal shooter as opposed to the overhead.
Netball in the Americas showing the full gamut and range of passing styles. That intensity and speed and pace that you noted was not as evident in the first quarter with the substitution of Simon Gull at center, certainly has picked up the tempo for the mid-court movement of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, because they have scored 11 goals in 5 minutes. That's Trinidad and Tobago. Brought that ball all the way down, attempting what would have been a layup in basketball terms, but she passed it off. The end result is what was important. A goal was scored. Umpire holding time again. Caution to the goalkeeper of Argentina.
Footwork there, causing that turnover. And then the Trinidadian shooter, equally guilty of footwork. Apologies for the quality of the pass.
Yeah, but goal attack had some luck there. .46 goals to Trinidad and Tobago with half of the second quarter still to go.
Hello, Shanice. And she comes right by our commentary position. A bullet pass into the goal attack, McCollin.
Trinidad and Tobago looking for inside to the goal attack. That's the plan, and score. That's the plan, and it's working.
And they've already made the 50 mark.
With 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. So, Martin, you care to take a guess at what the end score will be, or near to?
Just wanted to double check to make sure what the quarter score was. The quarter score was 30, 60 by halftime, 90 by third quarter, 120, 125, depending on if they can keep the fluidity, momentum, and freshness on court.
All right, we won't be too harsh on you if you don't succeed in that, but it's a logical guess.
Plus, I'm not doing the shooting or the goal attacking either.
As we said earlier, today is Trinidad and Tobago's birthday in terms of independence. So we wish all the Trinidadians and the Tobagonians all over the world a happy Independence Day.
Breaking the plane early on each of those center passes is almost suicidal. Gets a second shot at the scoring. Makes it good on the second attempt. Simon Gall with the center pass. Already an infringement called just outside the area. So the ball actually will be restarted from in the circle. Players jostling for position early enough. Simon Gull being a little too nippy in that instance. So both defenders in penalty. And Iriart breaks the deadlock.
And Argentina scores in the second quarter. Well, they're shouting instructions on the court.
This is almost another center pass because the obstruction taking place right in the dead center of the court. The center is down, holding her wrist somewhere by her fingers during that attempted interception. First,
Can I see the injury, please?
primary care attendant coming out. She's holding her fingers in a very abnormal manner. Centers have been substituted due to that injury. It is Argentina's ball. Oh, unlucky.
Really?
So Argentina had the ball. The whistle caused everybody to look around.
The umpires are conferring in the middle, and the game will continue.
Argentina's ball. Wait on the whistle for the restart of time.
Good recovery there on the goal line by Trinidad and Tobago, and the ball is down into their goal third in a jiffy, as we would say in local parlance.
Okay. Whatever momentum Argentina had on that play, even with the possession and the miscommunication, a misunderstanding about the restart of time after the injury substitution. Shot just didn't fall.
Argentina, they do get that first pass on the center pass, but they struggle to get the second pass exactly where they want it. And it's at that time that Trinidad and Tobago tends to intercept and get the ball to go down their end.
Okay, so the minimum 60 point to match the 30 in the first quarter. So they've done better in terms of conversions in the second quarter. Still about a minute to go. Apologies all around. The infringement
Sometimes you
happening.
can see a clear misunderstanding in terms of language. There's a lot of pointing and that type of thing to trying to ensure that they're understanding what is going on. But sometimes, because of this, because as you're aware, Argentina's first language is not English; it's Spanish or
Castellano. But this unit is working the ball up the court. Another opportunity to get a shot off. It's Tony now with the shot. Iriart, Nicole. And Nicole Iriart gets it. A right smile from Nicole. Booyah, Iriart. Content with having scored, but
we are in the last seconds of the game, of the of the quarter, of the first half, and that's it. At the end of at halftime, the score is Trinidad and Tobago 63, Argentina
At the end of
6.
the half, 63, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina 6. So we have the 33-3, we have the 66.
All right, Argentina, in terms of their playing, they have been really trying very hard. And the good thing about them is that the spirit is very good. And although they are behind, they're not disheartened at all. The camaraderie and the talking and the welcoming and everything is very good. So it's good to see. As I said earlier, the game is only 15 years old in Argentina, and they really want to push the sport of netball. Shortly we will have an interview for you with one of the Argentinians management team who understands and can speak English, so that you will get a feeling from them as exactly what we are doing, what they're doing, and how they're feeling about being here at the championship.
Hey!
so you have been very instrumental
And
as one of the top
Martin
fans of
talking
the
to the
Argentina netball team. And right over there on that camera, you can wave to say hello to everybody from Argentina, because we're having this halftime interview with you. I didn't get your name.
I did.
Your name?
My name is Adriana Oria y soy la presidenta de la Federación Argentina de Netball.
Okay, for those who speak English, she's the president of the Netball Federation in Argentina. Right. You've been here a week now. How have the girls been enjoying it?
Mis jugadoras están muy contentas de jugar, de estar acá, de aprender con las mejores, porque Trinidad Tobago es uno de los mejores equipos, muy lindo equipo. Pero bueno, ellas están aprendiendo mucho, están mirando, están marcando, no bajan los brazos, que es lo más importante. Están practicando lo que nosotros entrenamos en Argentina.
And loosely translated, the girls are trying their best to match the skill and the experience of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's a learning experience for them. That's my quick translation. And what have you been doing while you were in Barbados? Well, you're not on the actual court playing. What have you been doing on your off day when you were not playing netball? Other than the netball, what else have you been doing in Barbados?
What side? I'm sorry. I'm not
What other activities other than netball have you been doing in Barbados while you're here?
Nosotros entrenamos, training all the day in the morning, and play the netball all the day. It's our activities. But beach, okay? A little, because the girls están acá. Tienen que estar acá primero acá.
So the girls' focus has been on the netball and the training, and they're not doing much else outside of that. And they've taken in the beach a little bit at a time. A message for your fans back home in Argentina.
Okay. Gracias a todos y gracias por vernos desde Argentina, porque sé que mucha gente nos está viendo y está haciendo fuerza, así que estamos aprendiendo mucho para Argentina. ¡Vamos, Netball Argentina!
Viva la República!
¡Viva la Argentina, que necesita mucha fuerza!
Thank you very much. Okay, and I've also got the scores for the second quarter. Trinidad and Tobago has substituted Wallace. So they used McCullin, and she was a perfect 10 of 10. And Cooper was a perfect 23 of 23 to take them to 63 from 64 attempts for the half. Venezia was substituted, and Setoni had 3 of her 7 attempts scored. And Nicole Buya Iriart was 3 of her 4 attempts. So Argentina 6, Trinidad and Tobago 63. second half action in this qualifier between Trinidad and Tobago and Argentina. Quite a few changes by both teams during the halftime interval as Argentina messing up that center pass. Speaking of Argentina, they've made a change with their captain, Janina Mercancini, coming in at goal attack. The center is now Paula Modula. They've still got Montero and Palacios at goal defense. Maria Perevoni is off. And Catalina Schneider is on at wing defense. And the dependable shooter, Maria Citoni, is not on the court. For Trinidad and Tobago, Jaleesa Cooper is still goal shooter. Kemba Duncan is off. And Shaquanda Green goes to goal defense. Daystar Swift is the goalkeeper, with Tahira Hollingsworth at goal attack. The captain, Rhonda John Davis, is taking a seat. And Ornella Jack Hill is at wing defense. The other Simon Gal sister, Chantal, is on at wing attack. Their sister, Sharnice, is still at center. And that completes all of the changes.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, clearly the coach is ensuring that all his players get a stint on court so that he's able to make a decision as to what is happening here and what type of form they are in here before going on to that match with Barbados on Sunday.
And it's almost like he's got a speed unit on, a scoring unit on, and a defensive unit. So he has his three options: how to handle his midcourt, how to handle his defense, and how to handle his attack. And still keeping his squad fresh and satisfied that everybody got a run out. And when you can be resting your captain, you know that you have bench depth.
Well, it's all part of a strategy that they would all have spoken about and come up with in terms of building momentum and moving forward and that type of thing. A series of interceptions there by both Argentina and Trinidad and Tobago, and Argentina ends up with the ball.
So it's Argentina's ball? No? Yes, it is. Yes, so guilty of a small hand in the back of her opponent as she was clearing out room.
This quarter seemed to have a series of inaccurate passes. Inaccurate to wild, I would say, passes. But let's see if they settle down as the quarter gets deeper. Cut out there by the Argentine center. It's cut out there by the wing attack from Trinidad and Tobago, and it's inside. That short pass back out to your, the rim of your goal circle to ensure that the shooter gets near to the pole works very well most of the time. And at that time, it did work very well for Trinidad and Tobago.
No such thing as a free shot here, as they will obstruct and try their best to make. Fighting for the ball there.
No, I think what has happened, what has changed here in this quarter is that Trinidad and Tobago is instituting some form of zone, which is that they're marking an area as opposed to a player. And with their jumping ability and the quick reflexes, they're intercepting the passes that Argentina are trying to make.
The ability to read the passes as well. Coaches doing their homework, knowing the strengths of each other. It's been a week now that we've been having the tournament. And so it started, so it looks as though it's going to end with another heavy defeat for Argentina.
Well, I don't know, I don't think that the Argentinians are seeing it in that type of light. Okay, the scores are, way apart, but I think the Argentinians' goal here is to learn. And there's evidence that there's some type of learning going on. And I think that's what they will be satisfied with. And they will have played games against both Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, which would mean that the game itself will be used for world ranking, which would mean that in Argentina's case, they will be adding to their ratings, which eventually should allow them to get into the world ranking order in terms of the number of games played against international teams of a particular standard.
And the only way to test to see how you are is to play against teams that are supposed to be better than you. There is so much more that these girls will be taking back home after this tournament.
Whether it was by design or by accident, the goal shooter ends up with the ball. She attempts a shot.
She scores 8. And that impish smile comes out.
76, Trinidad and Tobago, quick maths. They need 24 more to score a century, and they have a quarter and a half to do it in.
Couldn't quite figure out what she was trying to do other than turn over the ball, which she succeeded in doing. No advantage there, so it was just a pure obstruction. And some dexterity there by one of our cameramen, saving the equipment. As the captain retrieves the ball for Argentina.
Trinidadian goal shooter was there, but somehow or other the ball went the other side of her and it's out of court.
Last touch by Argentina, so returns the favor.
Well, as we say here in Barbados, do for do is not necessarily obey.
A period of...
No, that's the zone there. The formation between that zone in that center third, where it's not person you're marking, it's player, it's area. And with the dexterity of their players, they're able to effect that steal fairly easily.
Yes, well, that score by Tahira Harlesworth ended a period of, how do you say, exchange of possession with no scoring. Cheeky.
Try the thing. It didn't work anyway. Umpires whistle, caution to not sure I'm understanding that call there, but it's an umpire's
May
call, a
have
caution.
been
Goal attack
as
to
a
come
result
forward.
of the cheeky play earlier. Might have called it all the way back. I can't. You don't know. I don't know what the umpire knows. Obstruction by the wing attack. A virtuous center pass to Argentina. Going back into another one of these periods of exchange of possession.
Clearly, the Argentine goal attack is taking in the lessons in terms of passing in and out to get nearer to the goal. And that is why Argentina is here. One of the reasons, I should say, why Argentina is here, to learn more about the game.
And that's their captain, Janina Americancini, who originally would have been playing in the wing. Yeah, she started at wing defense. So
Penalty pass to Argentina. Let's see. Oops, and I think this quarter, I could safely say, has been a little scrappy by both teams. In Trinidad and Tobago's case, they're obviously trying something, so it will work sometimes and it wouldn't work. In Argentina's case, they are reacting to what's happening.
clear instruction there by the umpire. Goal defense, persistent obstruction has been warned.
We're just under 2 minutes to go. Trinidad and Tobago 80, Argentina 8. Trinidad and Tobago 81, Argentina 8. Needing about 20, 25 minutes in the last quarter to score that 100. I would bet on Trinidad doing that, Trinidad and Tobago doing that. Argentina
Oh, nice
trying
ball movement there.
to get that ball into the goal circle. They have. Penalty pass awarded, pass or shot, attempt. Out of court. On court, penalty for Trinidad and Tobago. They'll try to get a goal in before the end of the third quarter. Hustle is on.
Milking every scoring opportunity out of the clock. The denial by the Trinidad center, slowing things down. So Argentina possibly with a scoring opportunity. Yes.
And that's the end of the third quarter. The umpire has held time because we are in seconds. That's it. 83 to Trinidad and Tobago, 9 to Argentina at the end of the third quarter.
83, Argentina 9. Please give both teams a big round of applause. 83-9 as we get ready to go into the fourth quarter.
the final quarter, Trinidad and Tobago versus Argentina, about to start. I moved from next to the command central to find out the nickname of the Argentine netball team. Now, the hockey team is called Las Pumas. Not sure if the netball team has a similar name or if they're going to come up with their own name for the netball. The one-time world champions Trinidad and Tobago are known in netball circles as the Calypso Girls. I'm going to make my way back over to the command central table after my unsuccessful sojourn over to the Argentina players area just to get that additional information. I'm seeing some information being relayed to me relative to the final quarter changes, and I can share them with you. To finish out the quarter and the game, Magali Alonso is still wing attack. Nicole Buya Iriart is now goalkeeper, having been one of the people in the shooting circle. Janina Mercancini, the captain, is goal attack. Tamara Montero is goal shooter. Maria Piovani is the center. Catalina Schneider, the wing defense. And Maria Citoni, who was one of the better shooters, is having her fun at goal defense. For Trinidad and Tobago, Daystar Swift is their goalkeeper. Candice Guerrero, the goal defense. The wing defense is their captain, Rhonda John Davis. The wing attack, still Chantal Simangel. Center, still Shanice Simangel. Samantha Wallace is back on at goal shooter. And Tahira Hollinsworth is goal attack. The shooting stats for Trinidad and Tobago: Cooper was 12 of 13 and Hollingsworth 8 of 10 in the third quarter. And for Argentina, Nicole Buya Iriart was a perfect 2 of 2. And their captain trying her hand at goal attack and shooting 1 of her 2 attempts. Wallace continue with her excellent shooting. Graceful on the eye, deadly effective. Hollinsworth, almost a foot shorter. Not really, but shorter than Wallace. She too, deadly accurate. And the smiles all around from Argentina. They are having fun. High entry pass from Simon Gal. Easy conversion for Wallace. Argentina. Getting the ball. Infringement spotted by the umpire right under the pole. Footwork. It's Argentina's ball still. Trying their best to get Tamara Montero to score. Extra movement now by the Argentine players, giving themselves room and time to break. Unfortunate there. If they're playing zone defense on you and you keep scattering and moving hither, thither, and yon, still with that intensity. No free passage to the net. The wing attack from Argentina breaking the plane again. Trinidad and Tobago on the verge of reaching that expected 100 mark. Argentina also looking for and they've got the 11th point. So they've managed to get to 11 before Trinidad and Tobago get to 100. Just a reminder, on opening day last Friday, Barbados defeated Argentina 105-10. They already improved to 11 points. Trinidad and Tobago just crossed the 100 to 101. Argentina were on the losing end of a 33-35 to St. Martin. Grenada defeated Argentina 106-11. USA and Argentina, it was 74-20. Footwork letting Argentina down. Good interception there by Nicole Buya Iriart. Wallace with a 360 shot. Another visit to the commentary table. Argentina was not in action yesterday. Trinidad and Tobago was managing a 95-8 victory over St. Martin. Barbados managed a 110-12 victory over St. Martin. Under 5 minutes remaining. Argentina in possession. Montero with possession. Shot a little too heavy. Opportunity again to score it. Not able to hold on to the rebound from her teammate and captain. Nicole Buya-Iriart seems to be enjoying her role as goalkeeper. Unfortunate to have contacted there on a second interception. Hollingsworth graciously accepts the penalty shot. Shernice to Chantal, Simon Gal, Hollingsworth into Wallace. And the Trinidad juggernaut keeps rolling on.
(104-11). How much did we say? How much did we say they were going to? Trinidad and Tobago was going to aim for?
I should have guessed about the score line that Argentina was going to go for because they'd managed to get to 12. But we were looking at 120.
Oh, no, they're not going to get 120. But just under 3 minutes to go.
And that was based on 30 a quarter.
Right.
But they've somehow lost the momentum somewhere along the line. But credit to some of the changes made by Argentina because one of their shooters is now playing goalkeeper. As a matter of fact, both their shooters, Sitoni and Iriart.
Yeah, well, they're learning that it is very advantageous to be able to play more than one position.
It's like sending the opening bowlers in cricket to open the batting.
Not quite, especially with the present group of cricketers that we have. Not quite.
But the smiles on the face of them, they're
the
enjoying
so
it.
far in this championship is 110, is it?
Would have been Barbados against
St. Martin.
St. Martin.
110. So Trinidad is aiming to top that. They will top it. It is 109 now with just under 2 minutes to go. That's it, 110.
But the goal difference is being 12. And to compare it with a week ago, the 105-10. Simon Gal, nippy on her feet.
1-1-1. A score that the Australians don't particularly like. They have their particular superstition about 1-1-1. While in the Caribbean, the superstition is about 13.
Iriart was not giving any.
That's it. The final score in this first game, 112 to Trinidad and Tobago and 12 to Argentina. The next game is Canada versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That game is at 4 o'clock Barbados time, and we will be looking forward to that game. And then you have at 6 o'clock Grenada and St. Martin, and at 8 o'clock USA and Barbados.
And before we go, crucial to the overall goal scoring, 105 to 110 Barbados against Argentina, and now Trinidad and Tobago 112 to 12. So that would have helped their overall aggregate.
All right, well, that's it. We'll be back here for the game between Canada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines in about 25 minutes' time.
Okay, I made the correction for Argentina.